Ao longo de 7 temporadas, Game of Thrones mostra a transformação de inúmeros personagens, mas poucos são tão emblemáticos quanto Cersei Lannister. Ela, além de uma mãe extremamente dedicada, é uma vilã que causa empatia e ódio em muita gente. Mas Cersei vai além disso. Ela é um símbolo da representação do feminino na série de George Martin. E a gente veio aqui, em uma escadaria emblemática em Porto Real, em Dubrovnik, na Croácia, para falar sobre a representação do feminino e das mulheres em Game of Thrones.
Nossa, velho. Hello. Hi. Do you take credit cards?
O jeito como Game of Thrones aborda as mulheres é no mínimo controverso. O Martin quebra todas as expectativas e na figura da Cersei ele mistura todos os tipos de sentimentos na cabeça do espectador. As demonstrações de poder da personagem, que normalmente é odiada por todo mundo, são a essência do que é o poder do feminino em Game of Thrones. E mesmo assim, existe meio que um retrato grotesco de como os homens e o povo de Porto Real e Westeros tratam as mulheres. E aí, talvez seja exatamente por isso que Game of Thrones incomoda tanto o público atual, já que ele pega questões super contemporâneas e coloca dentro de um contexto que é supostamente medieval. Então por que será que mesmo assim, com todas essas polêmicas, Game of Thrones seja considerada por muita gente uma série sobre empoderamento feminino? Talvez isso passe pela superação e os desafios que as protagonistas mostram ao longo de todas as temporadas.
Sansa, come here, little dove.
Sansa in season 1, at the very beginning of the show, she's just kind of a highborn, noble young lady who is kind of very well versed in being exactly that.
Do you think Joffrey will like me? What if he thinks I'm ugly?
Joffrey is everything she hoped for. She hasn't really met him yet, which is probably why she thinks he's so perfect.
I won't hurt him. I want her punished.
No, not Lady. Lady didn't bite anyone. She's good. Lady wasn't there. You leave her alone. Stop them. Don't let them do it. Please, please. It wasn't Lady.
Is this your command?
Sir Ilyn, bring me his head.
The moment that Joffrey says, "Bring me his head," changes Sansa completely. It's a real shock to the system, and immediately she has to adjust like that. And that's why at the end of episode 10, you see that change when she's up on kind of like the battlements, and she really thinks she's about to push Joffrey off.
Yeah, go.
Will you obey now? Or do you need another lesson?
She realizes after the death of her father that the only way that she is going to survive is absorbing and learning from the best manipulators in the game. And that's really when the transition begins.
What are you doing?
Praying
What are you praying for?
for the gods to have mercy on us all.
Oh. On all of us?
Yes, Your Grace.
Even me?
Of course, Your Grace.
Even Joffrey?
drink. Good.
Joffrey!
Come with me now.
Joffrey! Joffrey!
If you want to leave, you have to leave.
Joffrey!
Obviously, also very traumatic to see someone die like that right in front of your eyes, but for Sansa it is quite satisfying. This is really a shifting moment in her life when Littlefinger whisks her away. She's finally free of Joffrey, free of the Lannisters, but now she's someone else's prisoner.
Where are you taking me?
Home.
The Boltons have Winterfell. I can't marry him. You can't make me. He is a traitor, a murderer.
You're not marrying Roose Bolton. No, you'll be marrying his son and heir, Ramsay.
She's kind of thrown into the middle of chaos again. And she doesn't know who she is or really where she is because she's home, but it's not her home. It's run by the people who are enemies of her house.
Sansa's been away from home for so long, and when she was living at Winterfell as a child, all she could think about was when to get out of there. Like, she wanted to go to King's Landing so badly. Now finally she's come home, and I think she appreciates home much more than she ever did before.
I'm going to die. Let it happen while there's still some of me left.
You have no idea how happy I am to see you unharmed.
To see Littlefinger again is the most disgusting prospect. It's not something that she wants to do, but she goes there because she knows that she needs him, and he owes her big time and will be willing to make it up to her. Sansa this whole season has been telling Jon, you don't have enough men, this isn't gonna work, you are not gonna win. I know Ramsay, I know the way he works, I know the way he commands, and Jon doesn't trust her because she's a girl and she's not like the military man that he is. And so she kind of takes matters into her own hands and uses the Knights of the Vale to come in and save the day. I didn't think Sansa had it in her to kill anyone at the beginning of the series for sure, but all of these years that she's endured suffering from all of these people who have held her captive in one way or the other, this is her revenge on all of them. And that's when the people begin to really respect her. She's a far better politician than any of them had really thought.
Are you sure you want to do this?
It's not what I want. It's what honor demands.
All right, then. Get on with it.
How do you answer these charges? Lord Baelish.
You can't kill me. I'm part of you now.
Your words will disappear. Your house will disappear. All memory of you will disappear. Thank you for all your many lessons, Lord Baelish. I will never forget them.
Todas as mulheres de Game of Thrones têm na vingança um traço muito importante da personalidade. A Cersei, por exemplo, detesta os Stark e a Arya caça aos assassinos da própria família. Mas diferente da Lannister, a pequenina Arya se transforma brutalmente ao longo das 7 temporadas, apesar de mostrar lá no início da série que já deixa de lado aquele rótulo que a série insiste em dar para algumas mulheres de Lady. Mas olha, quem percebe a Arya desde o primeiro minuto da série consegue entender que aquela garotinha é muito imprevisível e perigosa, assim como um lobo selvagem deve ser.
Your girl and that butcher's boy attacked my son. She's as wild as that animal of hers.
Arya is the daughter of a lord, but she doesn't really want to be. She doesn't get on very well with her sister, and I think her mother hopes that she would be a little bit more like her sister. I guess her father kind of feels like that too.
Relax your bow arm.
But Arya's a little different to everyone else. She's always dreamt of being a warrior and going off into battle.
This is no toy. Be careful you don't cut yourself.
Keep your mouth shut, boy.
I'm not a boy!
You're not a smart boy, is that what you're trying to say?
In the midst of Arya's world basically coming crashing down, a familiar face sort of appears out of the crowd. So she ends up going with him, but the road is a bit of a dangerous place for a girl, so he cuts her hair off, and she's then known from then on as Arya the Orphan Boy.
No one asks an orphan too many questions, because nobody gives 3 shits. What's your name?
Ari. Joffrey. Cersei. Ilan Payne.
This idea of a list of names of people that she's gonna murder. It's almost like a purpose for, being alive. She ended up saving Jaqen during the whole ambush. So he granted her 3 wishes, but the 3 wishes were people that she wanted to kill. So he ends up killing the guards that it takes for Arya, Gendry and Hot Pie to all escape in the middle of the night. It really fascinates her the way in which he kills these people.
If the day comes when you must find me again, just give that coin to any man from Bravos and say these words to him. Vala Morgulis.
Vala Morgulis. I've been sweeping this floor for days.
Good.
I didn't come here to sweep floors.
No? Why come then?
You said I could be your apprentice. You said you'd teach me how to be a faceless man.
Arya's got a very strong sense of self, so if you're trying to practice self-abnegation and deny the self and deny your identity and become a faceless man, you have to get rid of Arya Stark.
They're supposed to put aside any previous allegiances or love. They love no one, they hate no one, they are no one.
She's been forced to let go of everything that means anything to her in this world. And she does a great job getting rid of that costume and getting rid of her money and getting rid of the coin, but Needle was a very, very special gift. Letting go of Needle would really be letting go of Arya Stark, and the fact that she can't let go of Needle makes it clear to us that she's not at all ready to be no one.
She is tempted by a name on her list. Arya ends up getting poisoned and then she's blind, because that's the only way that they teach lessons around here. She's been allowed back in and she goes through a series of more lessons, which are that much more brutal and horrible than the season before, because she did mess up and she's really in their bad books at the moment and she can't afford to mess up again.
Who are you?
No one.
Finally, a girl is no one.
A girl is Arya Stark of Winterfell. And I'm going home.
Assassinato, estupro, abuso, tortura e até castração são temas constantes em Game of Thrones. E na maioria das vezes temos a presença de uma personagem feminina que quase sempre é Cersei Lannister. Os dois roteiristas de Game of Thrones e o autor George Martin muitas vezes defendem o uso da violência sexual não só como arma de roteiro, mas também falam que era uma prática comum na época medieval, e dizem que tudo isso está dentro do contexto de fantasia da série. Mas fica aí o questionamento, quão justo é você usar um argumento factual para uma série que é de fantasia, tem dragões, zumbis e magia? Fato é que Cersei consegue representar bem todas as particularidades do feminino em Game of Thrones, a começar pelo seu relacionamento com o irmão Jaime, que ela mesma define como algo muito além do especial.
Jaime and I are more than brother and sister. We shared a womb. Came into this world together, we belong together.
You're a hateful woman. Why have the gods made me love a hateful woman?
But the showing of sexual assault in HBO's Game of Thrones falls short of the truth about the impact of rape and its realities. It lets rape recede into the background, which invites its viewers to do the same. Rather than take an opportunity to critique rape culture, Game of Thrones perpetuates a culture which makes it easier on all of us to accept that rape is simply inevitable, that it's just an evil that is going to always happen. That, I say, is an exploitation of rape. It does not tell the truth.
When we make camp tonight, you'll be raped. More than once. You'd be wise not to resist.
Would I?
You'll knock your teeth out.
You think I care about my teeth?
No, I don't think you care about your teeth. If you fight them, they will kill you. Do you understand? I'm the prisoner of value, not you. Let them have what they want. What does it matter?
It's not right. It's not right. It's not right.
I don't care.
When we meet Cersei, we get to know her relationship with both her brothers. One of them is her lover. The other one is someone she respects very much but hates. Cersei has 3 children, all fathered by Jaime, and she loves her children more than anything in the world and will do anything for them. Calm, my sweet.
They're still fighting.
No one's going to hurt you. I will keep you safe. My love, I promise you.
I would ask you to find it in your heart to do us the great honor of joining our houses.
Solaris, I will gladly wed your sweet sister. You will be my queen. And I will love you from this day until my last day.
She's lost her father, her son, and the 2 brothers she doesn't trust, and Tom and his betrothed to Marjorie.
You'll be queen. For a time. And comes another. Younger. More beautiful. To cast you down and take all you hold dear.
Do you want to be a queen?
No. I want to be the queen.
Cersei sees this aspect of the prophecy embodied in Marjorie. You know, Marjorie is a younger woman who's come along, who is going to be named queen, and who's taking the one thing that Cersei prizes most dearly are her children and her beloved son, Tommen.
She likes power. She likes everything about it, and the one person standing in her way from where she's sitting is Cersei Lannister. And she's tried to play nice with Cersei, and in her mind, and it didn't work. And now she finds herself in a position after Tywin's death of really having leverage over Cersei, and she would do anything at all to stop that from happening.
The faith and the crown are the 2 pillars that hold up this world. One collapses, so does the other. We must do everything necessary to
protect one another.
The faith is satisfied there is enough evidence to bring a formal trial for Sir Loras and Queen Marjorie.
What?
Bearing false witness before the gods is as grave a sin as any, my lady. Take her.
Let me go immediately.
You would order her to let me go. I am the queen!
Tommen! I am the queen!
Tommen! Tommen! I am the queen! Have you lost your mind? Let me!
From the High Sparrow's perspective, Cersei is a symbol of everything that's gone wrong with this country. She's someone who's taken power with complete cynicism, who doesn't have any faith, who's been not only an adulteress, but an incestuous adulteress. And what makes matters worse for her is that she brought him into power, you know, unwittingly, not realizing that his power could then be turned against her.
I lay with a man outside the bonds of marriage, I confess.
You have taken the first step on the path back to righteousness.
Am I free to go?
After your atonement.
There are symbolic aspects to the walk of atonement or the walk of shame. You're naked, you have nothing to hide. All concealment has been denied you. Your hair has all been shaved off. You're completely vulnerable. You're saying, I have nothing more to hide. I bear all before God. And that's the spiritual justification for this kind of thing. But there's also a very deliberate political aspect of it. People didn't see the kings and their lords very often, except when they passed by in their incredibly lavish outfits. The splendor of them, the way they glittered, helped them rule because it overawed the populace. When you take all of that away from a queen like Cersei, who up to then has only been seen by her subjects as this incredibly beautiful woman attended by maids and protected by knights, it's a way to strip her of all of the power that attends to her majesty.
Cersei of House Lannister. She comes before you with a solemn heart, naked before the eyes of gods and men, to make her walk of atonement.
Shame. 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 Shame.
You bitch!
Shame.
Cersei's done some pretty terrible things to lots of people who didn't deserve it, and she's probably got this coming, and yet it's still hard not to feel for her in this situation, because it's like she's in the middle of the worst waking nightmare you could possibly imagine.
The only person there who shows any sympathy whatsoever is Qyburn.
As far as she's concerned, he's extremely trustworthy. It's in this situation where everybody is so happy to cut her loose. Qyburn comes forward, and in full view of all of them, he gives her support and looks after her.
And not only that, but he's brought her a gift. And the line in the script was, she knows vengeance will be mine. And when he picks her up and carries her off, you see that in Cersei's eyes. Like, she's been beaten down, she's dirty, and her feet are bleeding, but she's not beaten yet.
Depois de passear por Porto Real e outros lugares de Westeros, vamos voltar aqui para Winterfell para falar sobre o homem que ressuscitou, aquele que sobreviveu. Jon Snow é uma das chaves para o futuro de Westeros e é o foco e é o grande personagem do nosso próximo episódio neste especial de Game of Thrones. A NET tem a maior plataforma de conteúdo e a melhor experiência para você que curte Game of Thrones. Você pode maratonar as 7 temporadas quantas vezes você quiser pelo Now. Para ter NET com HBO, vai lá no site e assina. E se você já é NET, assina HBO pelo site com uma oferta especial.